Greetings, 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 family. This is another episode of Melanin Report 360, the Melanin Report 360, the Melanin Report 360. Like, share, subscribe, follow. I have something in my teeth. That was horrible. Sorry about that. This is Deanne, your hostess, and I got it out the way. You see, I got a haircut. I got a fly haircut. My kitty cat is saying hello. This is obviously live, and I wanted to give him a shout out. That's Button, and I have a Button and a Bonnie. A Button and a Bonnie. So thank you so much for tuning back in. As you can see, I got a fly haircut yesterday, as promised. So I was tired of all of that. So this will be my summer cut. And I think I'm going to have something fun for my birthday in a few months. So I am trying to, be one with it, be one with the energy of my hair. So I used to have locks down. I have a picture I can show you. I used to have locks, like 3 sets of locks, and I was like, oh my gosh, the lock time is long gone. But let's see, I have some fun stuff coming up for, like I said, my birthday. So I wanted to kind of recap some things. I know I had to rush off the line yesterday because of my haircut, and Al was running late. I was supposed to be there at 3:30. I got there at like 3:20, and she started on me like 4 o'clock. So not too bad, not too bad. I have waited more than 30 minutes for her, but she's really, really good, and she's from, I want to say, Ghana. I want to say Ghana. I believe so. So, okay, so we have another opportunity to share, and I just wanted to piggyback off of last report, which was kind of talking about is this normal? Like, is this normal? So let me go ahead and read the fair use disclaimer so I can dot my I's, cross my T's. So, copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, education, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing, nonprofit, educational, or personal use, tips the balance in favor of fair use. So go ahead and do that. So I hope everyone's had a good day. It's almost the weekend. I really didn't leave the house today. I had some stuff on Zoom and this and that. So I just wanted to kind of be settled today. I went to the gym yesterday. We got a haircut, da. So I just wanted to have a moment because I know I'm going to have a busy weekend. And so I just wanted to take a moment to kind of exhale and regroup for the weekend and talk to you. So let's go ahead and get started. So, because what is happening is we're saying another day, different time. Unfortunately, the young man was shot and killed a couple of days ago. I think it was 2 days ago. It's all a blur because it's a continuum of the same chaos and confusion. And what I want you to realize and recognize, this is not normal. What is normal? This ain't normal. This, judge and jury with the bullet, with the gun, and, why couldn't that? Now, granted, he should not have ran away or whatever happened. I'm not sure because it's just like I'm just like not engaging with this because we're still on the heels of the Chauvin trial. So it was just too much in such a short period of time. But with that said, I found out that the young man ran, I think in his car. I believe that was the case. Should he have done it? No, obviously. And I'm back to people, parents, godfathers, godmothers, taking children to where they need to go. Even if they're driving and you're riding, and drop them off. I just don't have a good feeling of young people, especially Black boys and girls. When I say young, under 21, to be traveling, in and of itself, whenever you feel that they want to, exert their power and say, hey, I can get the car and go to the store or whatever the case may be. So I just want to say we're in a war because I mean that's the only way we can figure this thing out. We're in a war and they have weapons. Usually we don't. And, end the story. So why can't we take a moment to take our child, our daughter, our son, the place they need to go, even if they're driving? If you and you say, well, you're going to stay here. If it's a movie or whatever, um, I will pick you up in the evening. If you have some dinner, we'll pick that up. This is what we do. We need to have better strategy. I'm not blaming anyone. It's not a blame game. But we're burying too many of our young people and old people, you know, and enough is enough. This is not normal. This country does not operate in a normal manner. We have more weapons than we have people. We have judge and jury, an executioner with a person that has, not all police are bad. I am going to say that. But when they see something that is corrupt, they don't report it. It's a blue world. It's a blue wall, blue silence. And people are being killed. So this is what we need to know, that this environment is not normal. We should not accept it as normal. Marching, I got a text from some organization and they invited me to, I don't know if I need to speak. I did not even respond. I mean, to march here in Phoenix. And I'm going to reach out. I think it's Sunday or Saturday. So I am going to reach out probably this afternoon because I know it's well meaning, but I don't know what marching fundamentally, peaceful protest, I get it. How is the needle going to be moved? That's what I want to find out. Because the same people with the weaponry, the chaos and confusion, it starts in the mind, it starts in the heart. If you don't believe that other places are running in this manner, I differ with you. I believe, they're probably just as corrupt or this and that. But they have a heart. These folks, they are race soldiers. I don't know how else to put it. And they don't have a heart. They don't have a conscience. I could not kill. If that young man was pointing a weapon at me, perhaps. But he knew his address. The town is but so big. Mountain, whatever the Brooklyn Center, I think Minnesota. And so they knew where he are with the address. They had all that. He had a warrant, allegedly. I didn't hear this is allegedly because I didn't hear it firsthand. So allegedly he had a warrant. People have had warrants for gazillion time, gazillion. And perhaps he had drugs in the car. I'm not saying he did, but perhaps that was in his mind. They're like, oh, I got to get rid of this. Let me flee. They could have not shot that young man. There's never a reason to kill unless you live in the United States. People can always find a reason to kill, to kill, to kill. Not kill, not shoot to harm, shoot to kill. Wasn't that a movie, Shoot to Kill? License to Kill? Something like that. We got to watch the name of our movies because, some stuff comes around. But I wanted to make sure that I drove the point home that this is not a normal way to live. This isn't how we should be living. Our environment should not be so much chaos and confusion, but it was erected in chaos and confusion. Our people have been, the thumb has been on, I don't want to say figuratively, on the neck of Black and brown people, melanated people, people of royalty, people of greatness. That young man could have invented fill in the blank. That young man could have been an astronaut. He could have turned his life around. See, they're getting them so young. They're 18, 20, 20. I think Trayvon was 17. These soldiers, we are giving them the benefit of the doubt. But if I had a child, I definitely would do what I am suggesting now. Obviously, at some point, I would have instilled in him or her the importance of life and living a full life. But up until they're in my custody or in my home for 21, 25, or whatever, I mean, the independence we like to see independence. Hey, I got my car. Give the child a car and let him make his way and blah blah blah. Not in this time. We're not there. We've given this country more credit than it deserves. We have seen time and time and time again the bias treatment. Remember January 6th? They have restraint. These people were kicking in doors, harming people. People were killed. This was the uprising of, I don't want to use that word, but it was the insurrection of January 6th. That wasn't too long ago. They had such restraint and, ushered people in to where they needed to wreak havoc. What was the difference? Huh. What was the difference? What was the difference? Can someone tell me what was the difference? We can figure it out. We can figure it out. I realize in this country, like I said, I've been on this planet 57 plus years, going on 58 soon to be, God willing. We see the bias in this country. It still persists. It hasn't gone away. It has not gone away. Where's it gone? Right around the corner. And what I'm saying to you is if you feel that we're post slavery, post traumatic stress, etc., this is not true. When we turn on the TV, if we turn on the TV, and you will see, I think there's a show called Underground. Underground. I don't know which network. Underground. I think I saw like maybe 5 minutes of it. I could stomach that amount. And there was, I don't want to say it was some type of scene that was very disturbing. So we are reliving the trauma. We are reliving the trauma up at our own hands. I don't know which network. It could be Oprah. It could be, I think it's Oprah Winfrey Network. I don't want to misspeak. So allegedly, I can't remember the network. But we are infatuated. It's like a twisted tale. We are pained at what visual of the pain of our ancestors and what they would have gone through and did go through and blah blah blah. But we re-traumatize ourselves. We have some kind of psychology around reinventing material that is painful. What is that about? We are subscribing to shows. We have good shows that show, so perseverance and, out of nowhere a way appears. We have those feel good stories that are factual. But the deep seated, rooted pain of our people is at such a rate that it is very disturbing for us to create and recreate these images at our own hand. It's almost like we are trying to, I don't even know the adjective I want to use. It's like a twisted tale, is what I'm saying. It's a real twisted tale because I don't want to say we enjoy, I don't want to say that, but in somehow, some way, we like to watch Underground. I'm not saying anything disparaging on that show. Everybody's got to, get money and blah, blah. But at what cost? We are re traumatizing ourselves. We live in traumatic ways every day that our eyeballs open up. We have to find a way to rise above it. It's very difficult. It's very difficult in this environment because no one is letting up. No one is giving us a pass. We have to, we reinvent ourselves every single day. We had to go through any hoops, many hoops, this and that. So they got you coming and going. This is not normal. These young people should be able to live and live abundantly and peacefully. I'm not trying to say they have never done anything wrong. Of course not. I'm not suggesting that. They deserve a right to live. That's the key. Did that warrant? I don't really believe in violence of any kind, but did that warrant lady saying, the race soldier saying, "Oh, I thought it was my taser"? Made her 20 some year or 18-year veteran. That made her look like Boo Boo the Fool. Her life was lost. And they didn't give her first degree murder. I don't know why these charges are so weakened. So weakened. I don't even know. I think George Floyd, Chauvin is up for secondary manslaughter. It was something weak, probably 10 or 15 years at best. If they wrote a book at him, I'd be very surprised because I know what MO in this country. This should never be accepted. We should never see this as normal because this environment is very toxic. And you have to have your, I pray, meditate before I leave. I meditate and pray when I get back home. Hands down. I'm in meditation, prayer. As soon as I come back in these doors and safe, because I had a safe journey. I don't take anything for granted. We cannot take anything for granted. Every day, we put the suit of armor, sometimes literally, figuratively, but we know what's out there. It's a shame. This country should be ashamed of itself. There's no consciousness. I'm assuming that they have a conscience. They don't have a conscience. Because if they had a conscience, this would not be happening. This would not be happening. So we can do our due diligence and, don't put your children in harm's way. Even yourself. If you can't now, sometimes I'm going out middle of the day, afternoon, and I'm going to, home improvement center or store, and I'm getting still some work done here at the house, and I'm almost done, and Sergio's almost done. I'm not trying to do anything, but clean up behind him. But he's a good guy. He's a Mexican American. He's a young, no, he's my age. He's a couple of years younger than me. He's a real good guy. And we need to recognize that this environment is not normal. Because if it were normal, that woman would have gone to jail and she's out on bond. I think they set the bond, which is an insult to injury, on its face at $100,000. That was no money. 10%, 10,000. She probably grabbed that out of her account. Well, it's time for us to be strategic in how we move in this country. Because if we are always marching, peaceful protest has its place. Back in 1968, I think, March on Washington, was that 1968 or maybe 1963? Could have been the year I was born. But what I'm saying is it was that time because the crimes were probably relatively low to moderate during that time. This is a new day. We have to have new strategy. People are posting pictures of on Facebook or different places, pictures of cars. If I see another brother post a picture of a car, oh my God. When we're at war, is that what we can do, is post pictures of cars? Like, I'm trying to figure out if I'm gonna wake up from this nightmare of calling these United States of America. So we can do some things within our own household. We can protect the young, not send them out without a suit of armor, whatever that means to you, a suit of armor, so that we can maintain and continue with our race. Because between the COVID-19 and this and that and the deaths, Midwood Charles, for example, 2 weeks ago, and we don't even know what's in that vaccine. Can someone do an analysis of the vaccine? Because I don't know what's in it. I can probably look it up. But what are the components? And is it anti-melanin? Some people have passed on that are not melanated. I'm not going to say everyone that has personally died, the person that has passed on, was melanated. Beverage of choice, H2O. We need to have an analysis of this material. Like I said, I've had family members willfully go and take the vaccine. I'm just, mm-mm, mm-mm. See, if this country was trying to protect Black people and brown people, and the whole energy was kumbaya with us, and each one teach one, kumbaya, Lord, kumbaya. They're killing us in the street. Now I'm going to trust a shot in my arm. I don't even know what it's in. It is in it, and you're going to have experimental use so that you can't have any recourse. And this is my understanding. In the case of Midwin Charles, she passed on at 47, like a week or two ago. I think it was 2 weeks. I don't believe, I'm going to say allegedly, there's no recourse for the family because it's under the experimental use. So we have to look at all of that. Some of us can say, okay, we're wrong, we're this, we're that. We have ability, we have good, big Black brain. Just be able to invoke that. Does this make sense? Is this for me? Is this for my family? If you come up with no, go with that. Go with that. If you're going to be shuttled in or like Heard to get this vaccine, which I believe Johnson and Johnson has pulled it because they had a lot of it was causing not embolism, it was causing blood clots. That's major. That is super duper major. Remember, Pfizer and Moderna were the first two out with the two vaccines. I think you have to get one, and then a few weeks later you get the other one. Now, Johnson and Johnson, they had the one and done. Yeah, one is done, one and done. So we have to do our due diligence and be protecting our young, protecting our bodies, protecting our spirit. We can not use TV as the menu of choice of food. We see McDonald's, we see, I'm trying to see the big commercials that are on major networks. We know about the major networks that, show the fast food. It's always fast food. It's always fast food. Is there ever a water commercial? Maybe out here because we are in a desert. But clearly, the nutritional value should not come from what you view on TV if you watch TV. And they don't even know how to feed us. We have to make conscious choices. So are they able to heal us? I've had so many people that have passed on my age or younger, because of I'm not going to mention any names, but I'm going to say cancer for a few, and I believe other things, other conditions. But we still don't have a clear understanding as to what we are eating. If we are vegan, vegetarian, that's a start. That's at least a start. I am vegan now, for about a month, a little over a month. And a lot of water. Drink organic green teas and things like that. But I can start here with me and do my due diligence of putting in preparing food. You know, a lot of times I'm eating a salad or two a day. I'm drinking a lot of water. I have a lot of soy, no dairy free cheese and this and that. Sometimes you still have a taste for cheese, but it's dairy free. So we can start in our home, not grabbing. In fact, when I went to the salon yesterday, I saw a young boy, maybe 8, maybe 6, somewhere in there. He was a small little guy. He had a cup from McDonald's. You know, so mothers, fathers, we can do best when we feed our children best, the best, the very best. You know, if you have means to do it, feed them the very best. Because we know disproportionately, if you feed people, excuse me, horribly, you will have horrible results. Now, our people have been able to ship shape that. So we came from the slop jars or the poor eating and all like that back in slave days, the enslavement period. Now, when we know better, we do better. Is that the truth? If we know better, we do better. So we don't say anything on our ancestors because they live, we're here. What I'm saying is, why are we still eating like grandma? No tea on grandma. Grandma, you know, I was born on my grandmother's birthday, so I have so much props for her, you know, because she still visits with me in my dreams. So I don't have anything disparaging to say against that whole system of our elders. You know, I've had their ancestors now. My grandmother is an ancestor for many years. So we're not saying anything horrible about them. Definitely, we don't do that. We uplift as they uplift us, the ancestors. But if we're still doing the same thing, what are we learning? How are we growing? Are we growing mentally, spiritually, emotionally? We have to do our very best when we go out the door. We must. We owe it to ourselves and our family and our children. Each one teach one. So I'm really coming up on 30, 33 minutes. Sorry about that. This is passionate for me because I know when we know better, we do better. If I see one more picture on Facebook of a man older than me posting a picture on cars, we've got so much work to do. We got so much work to do. I may go to, I'm not going to say I won't, but I may go to the event Saturday. I think it's Saturday or Sunday, downtown Phoenix. I'm not too far, so I could probably go, especially if it's early in the day. But if it's like 6 o'clock, I'm not trying to feel that because I know the freaks come out up at night. Freaks come out at night, and including the police. It's sad to say because I didn't grow up in this era of, you know, shooting people and asking questions later. You know, I grew up in a time when the police were living in communities that they were serving and blah, blah, blah. But this is a new time. Now, if I'm doing the 1980 review of what's going on now, that's not going to serve me. That's not going to serve us. That's not going to serve each other. So we have to come up with a strategy, a well thought out strategy. so that we can change the dynamics in our community. I'll close with this. When I was a little girl, probably 8, 10, I had some relatives that were in the projects in Brooklyn. And they had police, PAL, PAL. I don't remember what that meant, but it was a neighborhood organization that they sat, the old ladies, they sat on the benches, they took turns, and they knew what was going on anywhere, any time of the day. This was before cell phones, you see. So we need to come back to some of those fundamental grassroots issues to get those answers, what we desperately need. We can't afford to lose 2 or 3 or 5 or 10. Things are not even being reported. That's how much is happening. So I will say this. Let us come up with a strategy. Let us come up with strategy to live. And just remember, this is not normal. They're trying to make you believe it's normal. The line of questions that the defense was asking, like George Floyd, exhaust, I think I heard a blip. The exhaust may have had a contributing factor of his demise. Seriously? They really undermine the intelligence, the big black brain of our people. This is what we see. It's just amazing to me. That man has been deceased almost a year, and they are talking about how he died. He died, for all practical purposes, me being put on his neck for 9 minutes. That was a painful death. That was a painful death. I am sure it should be an open and shut case. They are wasting money with this trial. It was videotaped. This is one I will say, case closed. Case closed. Well, thank you so much for watching. I'm Deanne. I'm at. I just wanted to hear you all's comments. I've given you my number several times. So I want to thank you so much for watching. Share, 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 like, subscribe. The Melanin Report 360. And I will see you tomorrow. Tomorrow's Friday. So we will go into another topic. And I really appreciate you sharing and watching. All right. Take care. Have a good evening. Peace.